Those Greek olive oils claiming the highest polyphenol on earth and selling a bottle for $90 each? They are hiding something important. The secret olive oil testing practice that premium brands don't want you to know about it. When I discovered what was happening in a certain lab in Athens, I realized that certain consumers may be paying $90 for a bottle that might not be what it seems. Ciao everyone, and welcome back to this channel. I've spent the last 3 months deep diving into this ultra premium brand extra virgin olive oils, and specifically investigating this super expensive Greek olive oils that have this super ultra impressive health claims. What I discovered will change how you shop for olive oil forever. So in this video, I'm gonna do 3 things. I'm gonna tell you the truth about those high polyphenol numbers. I'm also gonna tell you the science, actually what science says about how many polyphenols you really need to consume daily. And I'm gonna give you a simple framework to help you choose a good quality extra virgin olive oil without overpaying. Quick disclaimer, everything that I'm about to say is based on independent studies, and it should not be used to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any diseases. If you are considering to make changes in your diet or your wellness routine, make sure to consult with your professional healthcare. What are polyphenols? Well, polyphenols is a natural compound that is found in plants, but is found in higher concentrations in the fruit of the olives. And the only reason it's an important compound is because it has a super high antioxidant property that benefits health in general. Now, extra virgin olive oil has the highest amount of polyphenol concentration compared to any cooking oil. In fact, it has 10 times more than avocado oil. Key polyphenols in extra virgin olive oil are the first one, hydroxytyrosol. This is one of the most studied compounds, and the reason for that is because it has amazing properties, and one of them is its super high ORAC value. ORAC is a way to measure the antioxidant capacity of a compound. Okay, then we have tyrosol, which is actually a derivative or hydroxytyrosol. And lab studies have demonstrated over and over that hydroxytyrosol and tyrosol work together. There is a synergy that takes place between the two of them, and this is why the European Food Safety Authority mentions the hydroxytyrosol and its derivatives when it does the health claim. And then we have oleocanthal, which is the compound that gives extra virgin olive oil that peppery, which is a sign of freshness. And then we have oleocin, that is another compound that gives extra virgin olive oil that bitterness, and is being studied for its antioxidant capacities. What makes hydroxytyrosol particularly interesting is the fact that it is fat soluble and it is water soluble. In fact, this is the reason why hydroxytyrosol has such a high ORAC value. In other words, it has such a high antioxidant capacity because it can fight free radicals in water, and it can fight them In fact, this dual solubility of hydroxytyrosol explains why it's so important not to introduce water during the extraction, because there is a potential of losing the hydroxytyrosol portion that is water soluble, and in this way reducing the polyphenol content and the hydroxytyrosol content of the extra virgin olive oil. This is why, a good premium quality extra virgin olive oil is usually without the introduction of water. Now, pay attention, because what I'm about to say is very important. In 2012, the European Food Safety Authority, after reviewing hundreds and hundreds of research concerning extra virgin olive oil and polyphenols, decided to do something that is very rare for it to do. It decided to write a special regulation 432, in which declare that olive oils that have an amount of 5 mg of hydroxytyrosol per 20 grams are actually considered a special categories of olive oils, because they can make certain health claims. This distinction is usually overlooked in most marketing materials, which focuses in the total amount of polyphenols. But this regulation says that that's not what really matters. And this is important to you as you're trying to make the right decision of what premium extra virgin olive oil to purchase. Let me tell you something funny. I call it the Polyphenol Olympics. It takes place every year in Greece. I mean, I've never heard of it, but yet I see all these bottles from Greece. They have gold medals, they have silver medals, they have bronze medal, and then they say 2,000 plus polyphenols, and then they say 30 times more polyphenols, and then they say the highest ever recorded phenols in history. But here is what's fascinating. When I start looking at all their claims, I found that all the super, ultra, premium, extra virgin olive oils, high polyphenols from Greece, they all get tested at the same laboratory in Athens. So I said to myself, let's do something different. Let's have Papa Vince extra virgin olive oil be tested in this laboratory in Athens. And for our surprise, all our values came back double of the values that we got in a laboratory, a reputable laboratory here in United States. Can you believe that? This is what I call polyphenol inflation, where certain labs give you higher measurements than other labs. I mean, I suppose if you want to lose 10 pounds, all you have to do is go to a doctor that uses a scale that makes you less heavy. This is not about funny numbers. I mean, this affects what you are paying. I mean, are you paying $90 for a fancy small bottle that has a lab test with inflated numbers? This is why I always say that you need to look beyond the numbers. In other words, yes, I mean, these bottles are claiming gold to be gold medal, but we should probably ask who the judges are. So, what does the science says about the optimal polyphenol level? Well, the European Food Safety Authority, after reviewing thousands of studies concerning extra virgin olive oil and polyphenols, wrote a regulation that is only based on one polyphenol, hydroxytyrosol. I really want to make an emphasis on this. One polyphenol, hydroxytyrosol. So, if an extra virgin olive oil contains 5 mg of the one polyphenol, hydroxytyrosol, over 20 grams of olive oils, this olive oil may support blood lipid protection against oxidative stress. And I want to stress it again. You know, all these premium brands, they're bragging about the 2,000 plus, about the 3,000 plus polyphenol levels in their extra virgin olive oil, but the research supports that only one polyphenol matters, and that polyphenol is hydroxytyrosol. In other words, the total amount of polyphenols is absolutely and total immaterial according to the studies. So when you're seeing a bottle claiming 2,000, 3,000 polyphenols and is not mentioning hydroxytyrosol, you should ask for yourself, what am I paying for? Now, this 5 mg is not a number that was picked randomly. It's what science shows that it actually may support the health claim. In other words, is the minimum intake that supports the health claim. Think about it like medicine that your doctor prescribed. You know, if he prescribes 500 grams of something, you are not going to take 2,000 grams to get 4 times the power of 3,000 grams to get 6 times the power. You're not going to do that. Because in fact, taking more may be counterproductive. So while research supports that the consumption of 5 mg may provide the health benefit, the research does not support that consuming double or triple of the 5 mg may proportionally increase the health benefit. This is why I always say it's not about chasing the highest number, but it's understanding what really matters. And what really matters is the 5 mg over 20 grams. That's what really matters of hydroxytyrosol in extra virgin olive oil. Have you ever wondered why quality extra virgin olive oil actually makes you cough? Or why you have that bite sensation right at the back of your throat? There is a fascinating science behind these sensations and is connected to those polyphenols that we mentioned before. There is a crucial element that deserves discussion, and that is taste. Taste is an important indicator of the polyphenol composition of an extra virgin olive oil. Different polyphenols contribute to different sensory experiences. For instance, oleocanthal is what gives you that peppery experience in the back of your throat. Now, oleoperine and oleosin is the one that give you that bitter experience. And this is what's known by the expert as harmonious, bitterness, and pungency. And as you can see, the taste of the extra virgin olive oil actually is an amazing indicator of the polyphenol content of it. These different polyphenols create a desirable complexity which is a balanced combination of fruity, bitter, and pungent that complement food in a beautiful way. This complex flavor profile serves as a indicator of quality. However, this extremely high polyphenol extra virgin olive oil can turn out to be very bitter, very unpleasant. I have read reviews where customers says, I'm just having the hardest time consuming my daily dose. This raises an important practical consideration. If an olive oil has so much polyphenols that is so bitter and so pungent that you cannot consume it, well, you are not going to be able to benefit from such oil. For a deeper dive into how olive oil tests give you an insight about its composition, please, and its quality, please watch our video, Does Moroccan olive oil have the highest polyphenol? In this video, we explore how growing conditions and stress factor actually affect the polyphenol content and its flavor profile in different regions. Now, let's talk about value, okay? So now we know that according to the European Food Safety Authority, an extra virgin olive oil has value if it has hydroxytyrosol content. Well, I mean, let's assume that those ultra premium Greek extra virgin olive oils that cost about $70 to $90 per 250 milliliters, let's assume that they have at least the minimum amount of hydroxytyrosol. If that's the case, you're paying about $2 to $3 for your daily serving. But let's consider Papa Vince. We have the lab tests, they're public for you, and if you consume Papa Vince, actually your cost would be $1 per serving daily. Let me give you some tips when purchasing extra virgin olive oil. The first thing, try to look for an extra virgin olive oil that actually makes the lab test public. Check for a minimum of 250 mg over kg of hydroxytyrosol, because that translates to the minimum of 5 mg over 20 g. Make sure you know that when you're choosing an extra virgin olive oil, you do it based on the hydroxytyrosol content and not based on the total polyphenol content. And then be skeptical when people give you those super phenol extreme contents. Beyond polyphenol, other factors are equally important when assessing a high quality extra virgin olive oil. The harvest day, choose an extra virgin olive oil that the harvest date is marked in the bottle and is within 18 months of harvest. Check for the acidity level. It should be less than 0.3. Storage conditions, it should be on a dark glass bottle. Olive variety matters. There is some varieties that have higher amount of hydroxytyrosol than other varieties. And the flavor profile. You know, a good quality extra virgin olive oil is balanced. It's fruity, it's a little bit bitter, and it's a little bit pungent. So an olive oil that is extremely bitter and extremely harsh and extremely pungent is not gonna work, because you're gonna have a hard time consuming it. In conclusion, does Greek olive oil have the highest polyphenol levels? Well, we just learned that the answer is not that simple, and according to all the research and according to the European Food Safety Authority, what really matters is the content of hydroxytyrosol. Quality extra virgin olive oil is not limited to geography. Actually, amazing quality extra virgin olive oil comes from Italy, from Sicily, from Greece, from Morocco, and from all the Mediterranean area. What truly matters isn't the country of origin. What matters is the olive variety. Some varieties have higher levels of hydroxytyrosol than others. What matters is the proper growing condition. The extraction process, remember, you want to have an extraction process that is waterless, because actually the introduction of water may reduce the concentration of hydroxytyrosol. Then what matters is lab testing. You want to make sure the extra virgin olive oil has been properly lab tested, specifically for hydroxytyrosol. And flavor. I mean, the flavor tells you whether or not an extra virgin olive oil is balanced, and is an amazing indicator of the polyphenol profile of the extra virgin olive oil. The ultimate message is that extra virgin olive oil should be beneficial and enjoyable. I mean, chasing all these highest amounts of polyphenols and then not being able to enjoy the extra virgin olive oil is not going to give you any benefit. The benefit comes from consuming it daily with joy. Thank you for watching, and if you really like this video, please hit the like button and subscribe to our channel. Please make sure to check our description, where you will find links to our post and references to everything we've said today.